Hey everyone, and welcome back. So I want to do a pickups video today because it's been a while since I've actually done one, and I've got a couple things in that I've been meaning to kind of cover in a pickups video. And then I had my Vinegar Syndrome order come in. I was like, oh man, should I separate those? Because I know normally I like to do the Vinegar Syndrome titles sort of on their own, like their own video, but I was like, I got a couple other things, and I was like, I know a lot of you prefer, maybe not prefer, but don't mind if my pickups videos are a little bit longer. So I decided, you know what, I'll just combine it all into one slightly longer video. Definitely a couple of different things, so let's just dive right into it. So first off, I do want to say I got in actually a couple of soundtracks. And let's see, what order should I do these? Let's do these two first. So I got two soundtracks from Intrada. First one is actually a new release of the John Beale score to Tobe Hooper's The Funhouse, which is really, really cool. It's got like the full score, and then it's got like a couple of like extra tracks on it. And of course, then it's got one of their booklets, and there's the disc right here. Intrada does such a nice job with their releases, so I was really happy to get this. I've never had the score to The Funhouse before, and actually watching the 4K, was it last year, I think, when that came out, it's like I think noticed the score a little bit more that time. And then the other one from Intrada, which is one I'm actually very excited about, even though I did already have a previous release, and that's a new release of the score to Silver Bullet by Jay Chataway. And this has been released before on CD, but this is, I think, the first time we actually get the full, complete film score. I think the other one was basically much more of a soundtrack release, where you do have, I think most of the score, but this definitely has, let's see, how many tracks are on here? 30 tracks, 56 minutes of music. As you can see here, again, booklet, and there's the disc. I love the score to Silver Bullet so much. So I actually have the other release, but also the fact that I think watching the film, for like the 100th time last October, I think October is when it had an anniversary of its release, and I rewatched it again, and again, I just have such a special place for that film, because I kind of grew up on it and the score. So I'm happy to have this new score to it. And then finally, from LaLa Land Records, which I did mention on my Friday the 13th video just a couple weeks ago, is of course a new CD release of Friday the 13th Part 2 by Harry Manfredini. And what's great about this one, in fact, let me just kind of showcase, see the disc real quick, and also a booklet. The nice thing about this one that they also, unfortunately did arrive cracked, the case, but everything inside is fine. The nice thing about this, just like with the first film that they released before, is that what they have managed to get, which they did not have access to on their previous releases from a couple years ago, is finally Paramount is being a lot more open with some of the original masters and things like that. So they're actually able to go back and do like full new releases. And again, I think this is like the full score as well as some extra bits, just like for the first film. Now, I don't know how many more of these they can do, because I think they could do part 3 probably. I know Final Chapter is a little bit tough, because I know, if I remember correctly, the score for Final Chapter was a mix of new music, but also it reused music from the first 3 films. So I don't know if they can improve upon the previous release. It'll be interesting to see. Part 5, I hope they can do, but I think there was maybe some elements, like original elements, that may be missing. I don't know. Part 6 they could do, but again, the original Part 6, because I know those elements have always been stored very well. So I don't know if they can improve on their previous release. That'd be great, but they may not have to. And they've already released great editions of 7 and 8 already. And yes, because I did get my order in pretty quick, I do have one of the autographed ones by Harry Manfredini, which is right there, which I absolutely love. I met him many years ago. Would love to meet him again. So many iconic scores. I really wish, God, I'm hoping, because let's see, was it Intrada, I think, released remastered version of the Deep Star 6 score that he did, which I absolutely love. And I'm hoping for one for House. I think that's long overdue for like a re-release and a remastering. Now, normally I would have listened to them already, but unfortunately with everything kind of going on, I've not been able to actually do that yet. So I'm definitely Planning to do that over the next couple days because I really, really want to listen to these. And actually, they'll be good ones to listen to while I'm in this middle of this craziness of trying to sort of rearrange everything. Boy, is this turned into a bigger project than I originally thought. That may require sort of an update video to my last update video. So I may have to do one of those because definitely underestimated the amount of work I actually have to do. But I'll get to that another time. And then before I get to the movies, I actually do want to just mention I was at Target, and for the first time, my Target actually had the American Werewolf in London, sort of the Dream Demon figure. What was it called? Nightmare Demon figure. I've never seen this in any of the Targets I go to. Like, they've never had this. Obviously, they had the Kessler Wolf because, oh, actually, no, wait. I mean, I've seen it since, but actually I did order mine from Amazon. But it's the first time I've actually gotten this one. So I'm not going to open it just because once I have my display set up, I will do a full opening. But just so you guys can see the packaging real quick, which I absolutely love. And then, oh, see, there's the figure, again, with that amazing, amazing detail that Neca does. And I love that it has all 4 heads that you can swap out so you can choose which one to do. And I know some people complain. It's like, oh, so I have to buy the figure 4 times over. It's like, yeah, I kind of understand that, but at the same time, it works well, for example, for people like me, because like I don't have the space anymore to like get 4 of these and set them up individually, as cool as that would be, but I do have enough space for 1 figure. So it gives me the option of sort of swapping out which one, you know, which head I want on my shelf. Now, I'm probably going to keep the one that's on there already right there because I believe that's actually the one, that's Rick Baker's favorite. So for those who don't know, Rick Baker, who did the makeup effects for American Werewolf in London and won an Oscar for it, I believe that's actually his favorite design. So sort of ode to him, I think I may leave that head on here when the time comes. All right, so now we get to the movies. So I did sort of divide them up a little bit. So first up, this is the new release from Paramount of the 4K release of The Running Man. And there's the front of the outer slipcase, and there is the back. And of course, this is currently a steelbook. Now, I believe they are going to release just a standard edition. But just real quick, there's the front of the steelbook, and there is the back. And there's the disc right there. And there is an image in the background. So let me pull this out. As you can see right there, Schwarzenegger and Richard Dawson. Now, obviously, I did have the German release or Austrian release. I forget who actually put that one out. I got that one, I think it was last year sometime. But since Paramount put this out, I think it's basically the same 4K transfer, but I'm not 100% sure. But honestly, I love this film so much, and I actually really like this steelbook. So I was happy to finally pick this up. I know it's been out for a while, but I'm definitely happy I finally got it. And then this next one is the new one in the Vestron line. So, and that is the collector's edition of the Dentist collection with the Dentist and then the Dentist 2. And there's the front of the slipcover. And there is the back right there. And let's see if you can see the side. Okay, as you can see, it's number 29. That matches, you know, both there. And what I am happy about too, with this, which is also what they did with the Silent Night, Deadly Night sequel collection. Of course, each one is on its own disc. And again, this was awfully cheap. I think this was like, you know, what, $12 or $13 or something from Amazon, which I really think is like the perfect price for a lot of these Vestron titles now. You know, like those early ones that were like, you know, 30 or more. Yeah, so happy to keep getting the Vestron line. Absolutely love it. And let's see, what order should I go to next? Let's do the Vinegar Syndrome ones, because this first one is actually an error on my fault because it was $10 and I didn't think I had it, but apparently I do. And there's actually this the TC 2000 as part of their VSA line. I got this during their sale, and I actually already had it. I made an error there on my fault, so I have an extra copy. Don't know what I'm going to do with it. I don't know if I'm going to try and resell it at some point. Maybe I'll do a giveaway if any of you guys may want it. I don't know. I'll decide. It happens. You know, some of you know, I'm sure. We accidentally will rebuy a movie by mistake on occasion. And then now we get to the January releases for Vinegar Syndrome. I still need to get Sidekicks at some point, but it's like, after I did the subscription renewal, I was like, okay, I'm kind of tapped at that point. So let's see, what order should I do these in? Let's do this one first. So here is Frostbiter, Wrath of the Wendigo. And here's the front of the slipcover. There's the side with the title, and there is the back right there. And here's the inside. Look at this. Look at this cover. That's kind of a interesting cover. A nice little kind of hand-drawn thing there. And there's the back, of course, with all of the details. And then there is the Blu-ray inside right there. What year is this? 1985, I think? I can't tell. Text is so small, I don't want to put my glasses on for that. But I'm pretty sure, I don't think I've seen this one. So this is definitely one I haven't seen. Actually, most of these I don't think I've seen before now that I think about it. All right, so next one, I may not be able to say the second title just because of the way things are right now. The algorithm is picking up some words, you know, so I need to be a little careful, but you guys will be able to read it. And that is Infernal R Word. And there's the front of the slipcover, and there's the side, and there is the back. That's quite an image there. And then the inside, here's the cover, and you can flip that, which also has that other image. And there's the back, of course, with all of the details and the disc inside. And you can see that the back is that other image. And this is from, oh God, okay, I can't read that without my glasses. It's, you know, it came out in some year. And then finally, not finally, actually got two more for the Vinegar Syndrome, but this is the last Blu-ray one. And this is actually one of their sort of mini box sets. With a really nice case, by the way, and that is Made in Hong Kong Volume 1. And this is actually a very nice, hard, kind of outer case. I'll kind of pull all that stuff out in a second. And there's the side, and then there's the back listing all three movies, which you can see there, which has The Demon's Baby, Erotic Nightmare, and The Deadly Camp. And we pull this out, and what I like about it, so it comes with a really, really nice, thick booklet, you know, all kinds of fantastic write-ups and details and everything. This is nice. And then it comes then with a slipcovered version of the films themselves. And obviously there's the front of the slipcover, and there's the side, and then finally back again with the listing all three movies. And then here's the inside of the Blu-ray right there, and there's the back with all of the details. And what's also good is, you know, it's not all jam-packed on one disc. It's two discs. So this one has, let's see, two of the films. This one has Demon's Baby and Erotic Nightmare. And then this one has Deadly Camp. And I assume probably the majority of the other extras are probably on that second disc as well. And I like that it has this, you know, hard outer box. And like, I'm glad that they're continuing with their Hong Kong films, because as I mentioned before, you know, a lot of Hong Kong films are not preserved as well as they should be. So I'm glad that they are being, you know, sort of rescued and sort of restored and things like that, and released, you know, not just by Vinegar Syndrome, but I know like Arrow obviously has been doing it for a long time, and a couple other companies as well. So it's so nice to see that happening. And then finally for Vinegar Syndrome, probably the big one of January was, of course, the new 4K release of Stuart Gordon's From Beyond. And there's the front of that insane slipcover right there. And there's the side. And then there is the back right there. And I'll pull it out. And I did flip the inside to the original one sheet, because obviously that's what I know best. Which is right there. And then there's the back with all of the details. And it's a 3-disc set, so it does have the 4K disc right here, and then it has 2 Blu-rays. I believe this first Blu-ray is the movie on Blu-ray with a bunch of the extras, and then I think the second Blu-ray just basically has the rest of the extras on it. But I do believe the Blu-rays are Region A locked as well, so just keep that in mind for those of you outside of the Canada and US who do want to get a copy of this. Now, I did watch, as soon as this order came in, this was obviously the first thing I wanted to watch, and I'm going to be doing a review on it. Just want to kind of go through a couple of the other things, you know, for the sake of the review. But yeah, probably spoiler for the review. I was very impressed with the transfer. So these last couple are actually from Scream Factory. This first one I got actually through Amazon because it went on sale and I hadn't gotten it yet. And that's the 4K release of The Craft, which you can see there's the front of the slipcover. And I'm glad I did still have the slipcover. And there's the back. And then obviously, you know, the inside is the same. And of course the 2 discs right there, the 4K and the Blu-ray. Now, I did see online that there was something, I think there was some compression issues. I know there was something that kind of There was an issue with this release. I think it was some compression. So I'll check it out for myself, but it kind of got cheap enough where I'm like, I'll take a chance, you know, because it was under $20. And I was like, yeah, I kind of held off for a while and I really wanted to get it. But again, I'll check it out and see what the issue is. The next one is one of their exclusives, and I could not say no because it's a Charles Bronson film, and that is indeed The Evil That Men Do. And there's the front of the Blu-ray, and there is the back, and there's the disc inside. Oh, image of Bronson right there on the inside. Anything Charles Bronson I will pick up. I've seen most of his movies already, but there are a few this is one. I actually thought I'd seen this already, but I hadn't. So this was definitely a cool one to pick up and stuff. And this is one of their site exclusives, so it didn't really get like a remastering as far as picture goes. Like it was okay. I mean, it was fine to watch it, but it looked like it was kind of an older master for it. But again, because it's Charles Bronson, I never got to see it. And it does have the unrated version, which was cool. Actually, it has 3 cuts. It has the original theatrical cut, the unrated cut, which again, I think is only a couple seconds of extra gore, and then the television cut with extended footage. Now, I believe the television cut, is standard definition though, but still, I think it's kind of funny that it is on here, and it has the trailer as well. So happy to have another Charles Bronson in the collection. And then finally, to round out the movies, I was so happy to finally get this. Actually, this and the Charles Bronson film I actually did get because Scream Shout Factory had a sale in December. You know, it's like a kind of a brief sale where everything on the side, everything in stock, I think was something like 20% off or something. And of course, as some of you know, I've wanted to get the release of Black Christmas, but I had to held off just financially for a bit. But when I saw when it was on sale, I was like, okay, I definitely have to grab it now. Finally, I'm so happy I finally have the new 4K release of Black Christmas. And obviously there's a front and slipcover with the original one-sheet artwork, which is fantastic. And there's the back, of course, with all the details. The front, right there, and back, which obviously mimics. And obviously all 3 discs on the inside. There's the 4K. There's the Blu-ray, and then there's the Blu-ray with all the special features right there. And because I did get it from them, obviously one of the reasons why I wanted to also hold off as long as I could, and I'm glad I did, for the sale, which worked out. Obviously, I got the poster for it. I don't have the poster with me, but basically it's a smaller version of the one sheet, which is very, very cool. And yes, but I did get the deluxe one with the pins, because I absolutely love Black Christmas. I try and get the pins when I can. I can't always kind of swing for those deluxe sets, but for something like Black Christmas, I'm glad I did wait and get it. And actually I took the cellophane off, but I've not opened it yet. So I'm going to open it actually on camera right now. So let me let me show the box real quick. Obviously, it's just like their other pin sets. Very, very simple, black with the title. And then on the side, obviously there's the title right there. And of course, Gutter Garbs, who makes the pins, as well as Scream Factory. And then the back has, you know, the image from the poster right there. All right, let's see if I can open this up. Wow, that is really on there. Wow. Have I mentioned I have a college degree? Can't even open a box. Ugh, finally! That took some doing. You know, it's like, geez, you know, it's funny how, like, very quickly you almost no longer, like, feel like an adult, you know, especially a man, when you're, like, something so simple, and it's like, why can't I even open this box? Like, what is going on here? All right, so anyway, so here's the protective front, but let's take this off and reveal the pins inside. Ooh, those look good. Let's take a look right there, which you can see. Very, very nice. Obviously, there's a nice mixture. Obviously, the poster image right there in the center. And there's, oh, what's her name? Oh, I'm blanking on her name, but she's even got like the bottle of liquor in her hand. You know, the headmistress or whatever of the house. Obviously, Olivia Hussey down there in the corner on the phone, as well as, what do you call it, the unicorn pin right there. And then the image of Billy right there down in the corner. Very, very cool. I mean, I know the pins are, you know, probably a little bit more expensive than they should be. So it's, as far as for me, it's like, yeah, I kind of wish maybe they weren't as expensive as they were, but I do really like them. And again, I don't get all of them. I just get the films that I love that do come with them. I try and get them. So I'm glad I got these because actually I really like those. So that's it for this video. Definitely let me know your thoughts. Let me know if you have any questions also about anything I got. And let me know if you've picked up anything thing recently as well. You guys would like to especially the last 2 months, like some of the stuff you guys have picked up have been just amazing. So looking forward to reading your comments and still getting back to comments. I'm sorry if I've been a little bit slow there. And as always, thank you for watching, and I will see you on the next one.